I love that you love when she swings the golf club during
Yeah,
1989.
yeah.
But I would like to know what the fuck happened when she was turning 21 and Jake didn't come through that door.
Literally.
Let's look alive, Scott.
Let's talk about, it's supposed to be fun turning 21. Let's talk about that moment. Well. Welcome back.
We are gathered here today, everyone. So happy to be here with you.
I know, quite happy. I feel great this morning.
I feel great. We have a very different recording for our audience than we planned on. So I think we need to chat about why the episode's late.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened, like the Hillary Clinton's book? What happened? What happened? Well, everyone, this morning we were supposed to record with our dear sister, dear brother-in-law, an episode about, embarrassing moments from our past. But, we tried to think of some and we just couldn't come up with any. Lauren's never embarrassed herself. I certainly haven't. No, Courtney is sick. She's under the weather terribly. We FaceTime to verify that this was not, just an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And it would appear that she is indeed
ailing.
She's ailing, yeah.
She's ailed.
And you and I were a little bit maybe skeptical of how ailing she was, but we confirmed. And so this was a real excuse. And so we're having to pivot.
Mm-hmm. Like any good startup.
Like Hillary had to pivot.
into a different role than president, okay? It'll be interesting to see which candidate has to pivot on November 6th.
I'm excited to see the pivot nonetheless.
November 7th. Hopefully we even know by then.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see. And that's all we're going to say about that.
That's all we're going to say about that. But we had a really fun episode planned, and I'm really excited to do it.
Should I apologize for talking about Epsom salts and body scrubs in light of the election?
I think you should. I think you should issue a formal apology.
Okay. People were upset that I was, quote, hawking bath salts.
One person
was upset that I was hawking bath salts when, quote, our country is on fire.
Yes.
End quote. And all I'm going to say to that is our account is for bath salts and other superficial shit like that. And it's not for politics or really anything else that is hard-hitting. You can, look to your local news sources or, whatever MSM you like to follow.
Exactly. Great point, Chandler. No, I think that also we just want to be a place where people can get a rest from all that, where they can kick their feet up and just enjoy some good chatter.
We often get the compliment that it's brainless, and we're trying to deliver on that.
Exactly.
Clearly, that's what people like.
On that expectation. Also, I want to say, just one disclaimer, though. I feel like, as a country,
what are you about to say?
Kind of like in the way that Kody Brown used to say, like, love is better multiplied rather than divided. I think
you're quoting that man.
I think our country is actually much more unified than as divided as it seems, truly.
I like to think that way as well.
If you actually talk to people on the street about what they believe and what they want.
Have you been doing that this week while you've been in New York?
I try to talk to anyone I can. The barista, taxi drivers, people on the subway.
Elmo's in Times Square.
I'm just trying to shake the hands of other Americans, and reach across the aisle, okay? And hopefully express some shared opinions. No, honestly, I really think that most of us are much more aligned than we think, but we have the media making a caricature of the evil other side. And I refuse to participate. I love everyone.
Wonderful. Kumbaya. Well done. That was an excellent speech.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very good. I think we should leave politics at that because I completely disagree. No, I think we should leave it at that because I think that was a beautiful note. I want to talk, though, about Kody Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Because I sent you a reel. And I'm sorry to bring this up because we weren't totally planning on talking about this.
That's okay.
But this reel,
it's infuriating.
Took me by surprise. That's not strong enough. This reel gutted me. And I just cannot believe that this man is still getting paid to be on television. And I think we should play it. We should rewatch it. And I think we should talk about it.
As much as I can be, loath to cancel culture.
You love everyone.
I love everyone. I would like to cancel Kody Brown.
Yeah,
I would like to ask TLC to stop platforming this man. Okay.
Can we play the clip?
Let's play it.
I'm so glad I remembered because that was true. It was truly shocking. You know what? Donna Kelsey, Kody Brown, public enemy number 1 and 2.
Well, don't blame me for not loving you. I was doing my duty. Blame yourself if I don't love you, okay? When I'm in love with a woman, that's her fault. So what happens if I'm not in love with a woman? is that just my fault? If I'm mad about a woman, passionate, want to serve her, want to rub her feet, want to carry in her groceries, if I want to buy her jewelry, if I want her to feel special all the time, if I'm in love with a woman, I think that is her fault.
So let's talk about this, because he's clearly responding to Mary, I think.
I don't know. He's responding to them probably being upset that he said he never loved really any of them except Robin.
Yes.
And so he's saying, essentially, it's your fault that I didn't love you because you didn't act in a way that would have me falling in love with you.
Right.
And so he is blaming all of them. It's like this man will look at anything and anyone except in the mirror.
100%.
And it's just very gaslighty to these women to be like, the reason why I behaved badly and I didn't treat you right is because you didn't do the things that would make me be in love with you.
Also, whenever did we see him buy the women jewelry?
Or rub their feet.
Bring in, like, it's just, he was not this, like, king type guy who, you know, just, like, loved to take care of his lady. He would, like, show up once a week for, like, a 12-hour stint. I do want to read a few of the choice comments on it really quick, just as a finisher, if you will. Because I thought there were some really funny ones. First one, how did he get multiple women to be with him? Another one that I loved, I can't touch this one. I'll lose my license. And then I swear there was one about bangs.
I mean, I'll say how he got women to fall in love with him.
Yeah.
He used to be a totally different person. Like, Kody Brown is a candle where the light has been blown out.
And was there a point in our podcast where we talked about how great he was?
Yes, Courtney used to call him like the best man in America.
Yes.
Obviously, life has not turned out as he thought it would.
It's a fallen world.
Okay. Should I tell a personal tale of note? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Or would you rather we move to the celebrity
I love
stories?
your personal stories. I don't hear enough of them. No, I do. I do.
You do.
I really do. I know this is not sounding genuine, but I do. And you always have new ones to tell me.
You know what's so funny is Chrissy, she was like, how do you always have these things to say? How do you always have these tales? And I'm like, well, Chrissy, I'm constantly trying to think of things to say because we always have a new episode to record. So I'm always writing down little funny things. Okay, so I'm hoping this will be in any way entertaining, but I was on a JetBlue flight, here.
Were you in economy?
I think
it's good when people hear that you were in economy.
I was in Mint. Okay.
Everyone just, take this story with a grain of salt.
Here's the thing. There are $300 to $400 lie flat seats from San Juan to Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
And when I'm taking that flight 4 times a month, it makes a difference when a few of them are nice.
Yeah, totally.
I'm flying, everyone, I'm getting on JetBlue to go home, and I'm going to be in economy.
Okay.
Economy plus, but economy nonetheless.
Okay.
So anyway, I did have to bring up that I was in Mint for this.
Oh, okay.
Because I asked for Diet Pepsi. Okay.
Ew, Diet Pepsi.
They only have Pepsi on JetBlue. I'm a Mosaic member, so I know that.
Once again, isn't Mosaic member like the free account everyone gets?
No, that's True Blue.
Okay.
Okay, that's where Jessica Chastain is. I'm Mosaic.
Okay, sorry. So as a Mosaic member, you asked for your Diet Pepsi.
Well, I didn't say like as a Mosaic member I would like Diet Pepsi. I just knew they didn't have Diet Coke. So I was like, can I have Diet Pepsi? And can I have True Lemon with that?
Yeah.
Because I really like
I'm a True Blue member. I'm going to get my True Lemon and my Diet Pepsi.
Exactly. So I asked for the True Lemon, and I like True Lemon a lot.
And I will say, with a Diet Pepsi, you need to True Lemon it like times 10 to make it like palatable.
That's the biggest hack.
Yeah.
Is it takes away, no offense to Pepsi lovers, but the gross Pepsi taste.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the whole reason I get it.
I literally think like if Diet Coke tastes like chemicals, Diet Pepsi tastes like radiation therapy.
It tastes like gasoline.
It literally is like, it's terrible. It's like literally tastes like cancer. I don't know.
It 100% does. So I ask for True Lemon, and the girl goes, oh, we have fresh lemon. And she just said it in this way that was like, True Lemon is for, like, it's crap.
That's dehydrated, processed fresh lemon. And there's no need to do that when the earth has fresh lemons.
Yeah, we have Mother Nature's bounty for you.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, great, of course. So I get it.
She knows you're a Mosaic member. She's going to give you the real stuff.
I get the Diet Pepsi with the regular lemon. And of course, it tastes too much like Pepsi. It's gross. So on my reorder with a different flight attendant, I say, can I please have another Diet Pepsi with True Lemon?
True Lemon.
No problem. So she, goes back to the front of the plane. The first flight attendant comes back to me and says, you want the True Lemon? You want the fake lemon?
They're literally like putting you on the stand?
No,
they're cross-examining you about your lemon preferences.
She's shaming me, okay? She says, you want the fake lemon? She's like, we don't even have that in mint. I'm going to have to go back to the back of the plane.
And then she like booted you from your seat.
She didn't say I had to also go to the back of the plane, but she just made me feel like I was not a classy eater or drinker. And I think I need to file a complaint a la Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, do you still have Mosaic member status? You should check on that.
Probably not. And then I did say, I was like, honestly, I do like it better. And she just literally like looked down and then walked away.
Here's what I'm going to say about the true lemon versus real lemon debate, which I didn't come prepared to speak on, but I obviously have thoughts about it. Sometimes real lemons have been sitting in a container for way too long and they get a weird taste to them. Like you go to a bar or something and you get lemon in your drink and it's not fresh. And the true lemon actually has like, it's consistent. It's a consistent lemon flavor.
Let me also just do something really rude to everyone listening. But let me tell you, as someone who was a server in a restaurant who cut a lot of limes, a lot of lemons, okay?
Yeah.
There have been people's hands on those
right,
skins.
of course. Yeah, always.
Okay, so whatever lemon you're dropping into your Coke is also going to have the germs of whoever's hand placed it on that glass rim.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is that kind of why you reach for it because of your germaphobe issues?
No, it's purely for the taste, and we will proceed off this topic. But also that is an added benefit of not getting the germs.
It's cleaner. Okay. Well, great story. So glad you got new things to talk about. A+. I look forward to many more tales of, you being a Mosaic member.
Can you all tell that we had to redo the entire episode this morning?
No, you're going to be able to tell when we talk about Travis Kelce's Christmas song. That's when you're going to be able to tell.
Okay, so our first story is Travis Kelce went to the mail this morning, okay, and it was snowing outside his house.
You guys, everyone, New Heights has a new episode. Let's talk about it. What could it mean? Okay, before we move on, you've been staying with me. Any notes for me as a host? And do I have notes for you as my guest? Of course.
So Courtney has a house guest this week, and the hotel rates in New York City are through the roof. Okay, just for a completely mid-room.
This is the lie that's been spun to me.
It's $600 a night.
Yeah.
And for a good room, it's $1,200.
Did you check the La Quinta nearby?
I promise you, if we look it up right now, it'll be $600.
Okay.
Like, the only thing that was $200 was it was 10 miles outside the city.
Fair enough.
Okay? Anyway, so I texted Chandler, and I was like, great news. I'm going to be staying with you for 2 nights because, I am flying up to record these episodes due to your schedule.
Yeah.
And Chandler just writes, okay. Just okay. Like 3 Ys. Not even okay. Okay. That's it. That was what I got.
I was caught off guard.
And I said, thank you so much for your gorgeous hospitality.
Yeah. I was caught off guard. It took me about 90 seconds to realize that this was not a big deal. And this was not going to be annoying.
Which it probably kind of has been annoying.
No, it's been totally fine. Obviously, my place is, isn't necessarily house guest friendly.
Yeah.
Because it's so tiny, but it's been fun. And yeah, I've gotten to show you how I make coffee in the morning.
It's been great.
It's been very nice. We've slept, just very close by each other. We share a wall.
We do share a wall.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have my own space.
It's time. It'll just be easier for you and it'll be a better mindset for you.
Yeah, 100%.
So anyway, good things are on the horizon. And of course, I'll always keep a light on or whatever for you if you ever need to stay with me, if that terrible situation does arise.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I do need to stay with you 2 more nights.
When? Tonight?
No. Around Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because I don't want to get a hotel for 5 nights. I just want to do 3.
Why don't you just take a few less Mosaic flights? And
okay,
we'll talk about it later.
We'll offline that.
Yeah, Mom already tried to pawn one of our siblings off on me.
Can I tell you what was delivered today?
What was?
My DoorDash of Clean Simple Eats Clear Protein.
You DoorDashed it?
I DoorDashed it from Vitamin Shop.
You're kidding.
Because I'm like, I cannot wait for this to be, like, I can't order it online.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I haven't even thought about that. That's like, wow.
I'm obsessed with Clear Protein.
Yeah.
You can get it at a Vitamin Shop. It's by Clean Simple Eats. It's a protein drink, everyone. It just tastes like a light, refreshing, cold juice. It tastes so good. And there's 20 grams of clean grass-fed protein for 90 calories.
It's amazing. On the days where you just want something that's like a little bit lighter than a protein shake, I love my Clear Protein.
You don't have to mess up your kitchen. You just grab one from the fridge. They're so worth it to me. I'm so excited. You guys, go to cleansimpleeats.com. Use code POPAPOLOGIST for 10% off your order. You need to try the Clear Protein by Clean Simple Eats.
It's a genius product.
cleansimpleeats.com. Well, everyone,
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Did you see Kelly Dodd's story?
No.
Okay, you don't follow Kelly Dodd.
No. You're the one. You subscribe to Rick and Kelly's Patreon.
I don't subscribe anymore. I subscribed for one episode. Anyway, she posted, I guess there's a photo of J-Lo fully naked with Diddy and other people, like at a freak off.
What?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Why didn't you tell me about this before the episode?
I know. I like your live reactions.
Oh,
They're
my
exciting
gosh.
to me.
What?
I
What?
know.
What?
Do you want me to show it to you? I think I screenshotted. But it's pretty wild.
Wait, are you like, this is a nude photo of J-Lo that I'm about to see.
I think it's blurred. I guess I didn't screenshot. Anyway.
Well, you're an idiot.
That exists. And it's pretty wild. Yeah, J-Lo was like topless. I just remember noticing that she was topless, but I don't actually remember seeing her breasts. So I'm sure it was like, I don't want to seem like.
Yeah, you didn't see a fully nude photo of J-Lo.
Correct.
That is.
And I would not seek that out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Can we talk about the story you sent me? Which I'm so excited to hear whatever this is, in the spirit of Halloween. The Dear Jane.
Yes, that story. Let's talk about it. Okay, everybody. We are going to give our thoughts on a Dear Jane that got submitted to Daily Mail. Okay, so it's basically asking one of their columnists, for advice. So I'll go ahead and read this Dear Jane. Dear Jane, my girlfriend and I have been together for almost a year and everything has been pretty much perfect. We are compatible in every way, including in the bedroom. We're both adventurous and like to switch things up to keep our sex life exciting. So I wasn't exactly surprised when she recently suggested that we start using costumes. When she first brought up the idea, I imagined this might entail a police hat or some firefighter suspenders.
Mm-hmm.
But she had something else in mind. The other night, as we were getting ready for bed, she pulled out a bag and told me to look inside. I reached in and pulled out a priest's collar.
Stop.
Surely this is a mistake, I thought. But no, my girlfriend wants me to wear a clerical collar in bed to satisfy some sort of religious kink. I don't practice any specific religion, but my girlfriend was raised in an extremely Catholic household, and I wonder if this bizarre wish might be the result of some childhood trauma. I find it really disturbing and I don't want to participate. On the other hand, I don't want to shame her, so I feel bad refusing this one wish. So anyway, this is, seeking advice from Jane Green, who's an international best-selling author.
Well, thank God Jane came in.
Yeah.
What does Jane say to do?
So this is just, I thought her response was funny. So this was signed from Kink Shamer. She says, Dear Kink Shamer, goodness, I was expecting something far worse than a priest collar. I personally find this pretty mild, given the vast range of kinks, but I don't want to invalidate your discomfort, which is funny because I also was expecting something way worse as well.
Yeah.
And I loved, I'm just going to show you also a photo of Jane.
Jane has it going on.
Jane, she looks like Mary Higgins Clark. Actually, I don't know what Mary Higgins Clark looks like, but there's a similar, she's an older lady.
She's a woman in the winter of her life.
Yeah.
A gorgeous graying blowout.
Yeah.
Okay. A beautiful, colorful caftan and a very ritzy watch.
Yeah, absolutely. You've described her look perfectly. So the advice that she goes on to give, I think, is interesting. So she says, I wonder why you feel so strongly about the collar, particularly given your own lack of religion. You use the word disturbing, which is a harsh word. Perhaps you need to do a deep dive into why this particular, fairly innocuous kink leaves you with such a bad taste. You suggest your girlfriend may have historic trauma, but I wonder if there was something in your own childhood that led to your strong aversion to religion and the images associated with it. Anyway, she's basically telling him that he actually has the trauma and he needs to unpack it.
Well, clearly he has enough respect for the...
What is it called?
What
the
is
clergy?
it called? The clergy.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church and religion.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want it entering the bedroom. And,
exactly.
I have enough respect for the religion of my upbringing. I don't ask Kagan to put on a suit. I don't pretend he's a missionary or an apostle. I don't do that, everyone. I just want you all to know.
It's true. It's true. You've told me that, before that you won't do that no matter how much you ask.
That is something he's asked.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I thought that was kind of hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that she was like, you've got the trauma.
It's kind of true.
Yeah. Jane might be right.
I don't know. I feel like in this fallen world, though, maybe this is a sign of hope,
I wouldn't necessarily want to do that. Would you?
No, but I think it's a sign of hope that, we still have some reverence for,
the clergy.
The clergy, the faith.
Yeah.
The traditions of our forefathers.
I feel like it's also the something else, like the oath, the vow.
Like the office.
Yeah, there's some other word. Anyway, it's on the tip of our tongue.
Okay.
But you know what? I feel grateful that we now know that Jane exists because I think we should write into Jane.
We should definitely write in. For sure. We have a lot of problems.
We have a lot of problems. And anyway, I think she'd be willing to help.
Jane's got all the answers.
Yeah.
That's really what we all need to take away from this.
Yeah.
And we all need to write in.
Jane knows best. Okay, moving along.
Moving right along. So this is the big news. Thank God. I think that talking about religion this goes to show there probably is a higher power that knew we would have our outline ref from us this morning and have to create a whole new episode from scratch. Okay. And the powers that be decided, let's break up a powerhouse Hollywood couple. So we're really thrilled to announce that Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum are no more.
Up. And we are able to talk about it today in this episode.
And it's going to give us some juice.
Yeah. So yeah, I was personally extremely shocked by this news.
Extremely shocked because they seem like, I mean, obviously we don't know them. Nobody knows. But truthfully, they do really seem great. And they seem super into each other and very like they fit really well.
Also, we've just spent the last couple of months being inundated by like press of them together.
Yes. I saw Blink Twice, which was directed by Zoe.
Did you like it?
I just don't like
horror
gore.
Movies. Yeah.
I just really don't like gore.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I think I didn't realize Zoe wasn't going to be in it. So I kept waiting for Zoe to appear.
Yeah.
And when I realized that she was never going to appear, there was a deflection.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of hers?
I just think she's so stunning.
Yeah.
Like I just want to look at her face.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's worth the ticket price alone.
100%.
Anyway, okay, so what is really interesting about this is they just had all the press about Blink Twice.
Also, they're engaged.
Yeah,
it's not like they're just broken up.
Right.
They're engaged. She had a big ring on her finger.
So there's nothing we know except that it's confirmed.
Yeah.
So right now what we're going to do is put some pieces together, okay? Just look for other clues.
We're going to try to read between the lines and Whitney drew this,
We're going to try to Whitney Drew. We also weren't good at geometry, but we're going to make do, okay? And Elisa Barlow, please don't turn this off.
She shouldn't be anywhere near dots.
It was so funny. Okay, so this is what Channing Tatum told People magazine in July. This is what I'll say about creating with someone that you are with or love. I suggest it. Talking about working on Blink Twice with Zoe Kravitz. If you're thinking about having a kid or if you're thinking about getting married, go find the hardest possible creative project with your partner. When you can look across the room or the set and know that you have the best person that is next to you trying to solve problems, and you're really just looking to them for answers just as equally as trying to solve them yourself, that is unbelievable. I mean, I'm kind of reading this and it's definitely like an interesting subtext of this. I mean, what he's saying is basically, he's saying when you can look at someone and know that you're looking to them for answers as much as you're looking to yourself for answers, he's saying I've never respected anyone else I've been with, essentially, or very few other people as much as I've respected my own thoughts and what I think.
Right.
It's kind of an interesting note.
Yeah.
I once had a guy I was dating tell me that this woman he was working with on a podcast, she was a woman, but she had like a very rational and articulate way of speaking. No, I'm not kidding.
We should get her on the podcast. It would be amazing to interview someone like that. We've never met someone like that.
For anyone, who wants to put these clues together, it was the guy from DSLR Dick Pics, that episode. But anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowza. Okay.
Okay.
I think that comment is very odd considering that they've now broken up because I think that's, he's clearly saying, I know that this person is someone I could have a lifelong relationship with because we can get through this, we can get through anything.
It's
and
so
they're
effusive.
The person I want by my side.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so effusive. And they also are slated to work together on a movie with Kate Blanchett.
Alpha Gang.
So this just was, this was just news, but it's confirmed that they're broken up. So the only thing that I can see that's in the ether is his recent, finally, his divorce with Jenna Dewan. I don't know.
Yeah, was she his co-star, right? With
She's
Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Ex-wife. Yeah.
Ex-wife, dancing woman.
Yeah.
I don't know that she was in Magic Mike.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because actually, it's good that you bring that up. A lot of their issues stem from the fact that they could not reach an agreement on his Magic Mike earnings. And so that's why it's taken 6 years. So they divorced in 2019. Okay. No overlap with Zoe. Yeah. He met her in 2021.
Yeah.
And they started dating then. So he made $90 million on Magic Mike.
Okay.
And I guess they just have been fighting over it for the past 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
And that's
quite a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
He started that movie when he was married to her.
Okay.
So ostensibly, it's all completely community property.
Yeah, right.
And he has probably just been fighting tooth and nail to keep as much of it as possible. So this is kind of interesting. They were going to go to court in December, and he brought on attorneys that he had also worked with in the past. And I guess she came to court and said, these attorneys have a conflict of interest because they've worked with both of us in the past. They shouldn't be involved. And her attorney said that he did that on purpose because he wanted to delay the trial. He wanted to create this issue that would delay the trial because as long as it's delayed, and this keeps getting pushed out, he doesn't have to pay up.
Doesn't have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, ostensibly is maybe also bleeding her dry so that she doesn't, continue fighting with it.
Right, because it gets more and more expensive.
Yeah.
So this is a quote from her attorney, but she said, Channing is using every trick in the book to stall this case from getting to a trial. He is depriving Jenna of a fair and equal share of the community estate, and he is prejudicing her every day that this case continues. Indeed, one need only consider who benefits most from a delay in these proceedings. The answer is Channing. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. That's a lot of money. And I say that like he should just give her what's fair. There's plenty of money to go around.
I just don't think that's how it works in these circles, No,
I know it. That's like, it's easy to be like, you're so greedy. Yeah. Also, she was like, they were married for a long time. They have a daughter together,
Yeah.
right? Who's like now definitely old enough to be aware of what's going on. I think
Mhm.
she's like 11 or something.
Yeah, and Jenna's moved on. She has, I think, a new partner. I don't know if it's a new husband, but actually, okay, speaking of that, his name is Steve Kazee.
Okay.
He's also an actor. Did you see his Instagram post?
No.
Okay, so this is still live right now on Instagram. Yeah. So after the news came out about Zoe and Channing, this is what he posted.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a black screen with a million ha 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 ha's. Yeah, everyone can see. Is that nuts?
That's crazy.
Like, that's insane.
That's insane.
Oh, so I can see my notes. Here, 90 million from Magic Mike.
All caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. It sounds like there is bad blood.
Yeah, there is
serious bad blood.
Serious bad blood. And you just kind of wonder, is there something that happened with this
situation?
Where Zoe saw a side of Channing she didn't like.
Right.
Or maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something about your fiance still trying to like stick it to his ex-wife financially that just is not a good look.
But you would think that she had a front row seat to that this whole time. Unless maybe, I don't know. I obviously have no idea unless he was keeping the details secret from her and then finally it kind of came out. I don't know. It's hard to imagine that's possible.
It's so funny. They read as such a young couple to me.
But they're really not.
They're really not. He's 44.
He doesn't read it. I mean, he does not read as young to me anymore.
I guess I just feel like he like dresses like a skater guy. Like, they're just like very, I don't know, they're very Brooklyn, two of them, like that, like they're just very young feeling and seeming. I didn't realize that they were like, I didn't realize how old they both were.
But it is true. Like she has such a young vibe.
I mean, she's the most beautiful person maybe ever.
He's kind of like, if you look at pictures of him, when obviously we all change, can we handle the seasons of our life, as Tom Brady likes to say.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like morphing into, some guys kind of like start out one way and then they just all end up looking like Joe Rogan. I feel like he's well on that path.
Yeah. He's never been that hot to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He really was like the heartthrob for a certain generation. Maybe like
I don't think I like that shaved head look on him.
Yeah, but you don't remember. He used to, I mean, look a picture of him young.
Like, I think about like Chad Michael Murray is like, I don't know. I don't like, he was like literally, he's too beefy for me.
I mean, he was so cute in that one dancing movie he did.
Magic Mike?
No, I think it was the
not.
It was like the other movie that came out around the time of Center Stage. I'm going to look up a picture of Channing Tatum young right now.
You know what's funny though? I was watching an interview with them.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I think I just do not like the buzzed head on him. I don't know why he keeps his head buzzed.
It's the morph into Joe Rogan.
Yeah, totally.
We all change.
Right. Everyone, I am back from traveling and jet lag is real. And thank goodness I have early bird gummies because they are there for me when I do not want to be awake too early in the morning, when I want to fall asleep at the right time. They are so amazing.
Early bird CBD gummies are such a miracle because for me, they let you melt away for just a few more hours of sleep. They quiet down your brain so you can watch a show, so you can enjoy a meal even more.
Yeah.
They're really so versatile. You guys, you need to go to earlybirdcbd.com. Try these gummies. They're perfect instead of a glass of wine after a long day.
I prefer them a lot of the time to drinking.
To unwind.
Yeah, to unwind. Absolutely.
They're so good. You guys, go to earlybirdcbd.com. Use code POP20 for 20% off. That's a big discount.
That's a huge discount.
They ship to all 50 states, so you can get this anywhere in the U.S. We love Early Bird CBD, and we know you will too. These are the best gummies.
I was watching an interview with them and, they seemed just like a great couple. Their energy together was great. They seemed to really adore each other and play off of each other well. Yeah, this totally took me by surprise. The one thing that it makes me think, though,
Mm-hmm.
that given the timing of Blink Twice, like maybe this has been on one of their minds for the last 6 to 9 months, but they had to get through press and promo of the movie.
Someone has the lights turned on upstairs.
At last.
Thank God. Okay. I'm sorry for being asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Because truly, that is absolutely what's going on.
Like, I'm sure that the process of creating this movie was a test on their relationship. I think they even talk about that it was, you know, like good, I think really good for them, but also hard. You know, I'm sure doing anything, you know, working with your partner, it's hard. But I'm sure that for one of them, that may be like, I actually don't know if I want to be with this person forever.
Well, and this was her big debut as a director.
Yeah.
She couldn't have a situation where they weren't doing press together.
Yeah.
So maybe she has had this planned out for a
Mhm.
minute,
Mhm.
but she's been kind of doing the long con.
Yeah,
you know?
Because she's not in the movie, I don't think it would have been good for the film if they had split up. Like, I don't think that would have been beneficial for them in a PR way.
Right,
to split up,
absolutely.
you know. Yeah. But it's crazy because they're part of like the whole Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively cohort of like best couple friends. So yeah, I don't know. Once again, love to be a fly on the wall at a Blake's girls' night.
How long has Taylor known about this?
I know, and she promoted Blink Twice, which I mean, obviously she's probably on side of Zoe, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that we are Team Zoe. I mean, I don't like that Channing was not a good boyfriend to Aaron Foster back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know that they dated.
They dated.
And he was not
Okay.
a good boyfriend?
I think he cheated on her. Yeah.
Stop.
So honestly,
No thanks.
I'm Team Zoe.
Yeah. Interesting. You sing a different tune when it comes to Channing Tatum versus Hugh Jackman, but we'll just leave it at that.
I need to unpack that.
Yeah,
with my
that's your own.
therapist,
That's
you
your
know?
own
After I'm
trauma.
done-
Write to Dear Jane about that. Why can I forgive Hugh Jackman for all of his sins, but no other man?
That's such a good question. Okay, well, let's move forward. Now that Chandler's pointed out all my issues, what else do we have to get
Let's
into
talk
today?
about Scott Swift
Mm,
on a flight, sitting next to a pedestrian woman.
yeah.
So everyone, Scott Swift was on a flight and he sat next to this young woman and she posted a TikTok about it. She said, I wasn't going to say anything or I wasn't going to make a big deal out of it, but a lot of people have been asking me. And she only had positive things to say.
Mhm.
She was not a crazy Swiftie like one of us, who Lauren probably would have live streamed the whole thing. I mean, Lauren's already filmed TikToks in a middle seat on a flight before in economy. So if she was sitting next to Scott Swift, there would be no chill whatsoever.
No, I mean, I think I would have had a heart attack just so excited about the content for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And like started foaming at the mouth and had to be, I don't know, the plane, there would have been an emergency landing.
Yeah. So the girl says that she's not a huge Swiftie. She's not like some super fan, but she respects her. You know, she gives the same caveat that everyone does. Like, you know, I'm not a woman hater, but I'm not a Swiftie. Anyway, she was like, I think what she does is amazing. I was not there for the Eras tour. I was on my way somewhere else. But I did recognize him, though, as Taylor Swift's dad. And she said that she asked him, you know, she said, are you Taylor's dad? And that he pulled out a guitar pick and just totally started to gush about Taylor, which I found to be so charming.
Yes.
I mean, we obviously know that he's a great dad, very devoted, you know, part of her business and empire. But it was very sweet that he wasn't like, yeah, leave me the fuck alone. She goes, quote, he's a talker, which I thought was amazing.
Incredible.
Incredible. She said that he was showing her and the guy next to her videos of the show. Like it was like the first Era show had just happened.
He said, this is my favorite part.
Yes.
At this point, she does this.
Can you believe she does this?
So cute.
I guess he also said at one point that he said Woodstock was the thing. This was such a classic dad comment. He goes, Woodstock was the thing in my day, but I feel like this is kind of like Woodstock.
It's
such a dad thing.
It's also like, I guess she's a travel agent,
Yeah.
and he like told her that they figured out that if they didn't hire travel agents anymore, but they brought that all in house, they could save $500,000 a year. So they do that all. It's just, I don't know. It's like hilarious to hear about this very authentic, real conversation with Taylor Swift's dad, which it just sounds so legit. That's what it sounds like to talk with Scott Swift.
So obviously she's a travel agent, so she might find that to be interesting. But can you imagine if you sat next to Scott Swift and he wants to spend a lot of time talking about the in-house travel agency that he started?
No, literally.
Like, I would be like,
or he wants to
let's cut to the chase. Let's talk about Maddie Healy.
Like, I love that you love when she swings the golf club during 1989.
Yeah.
But I would like to know what the fuck happened when she was turning 21.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jake didn't come through that door.
Literally.
Let's look alive, Scott.
Let's talk about, it's supposed to be fun turning 21. Let's talk about that moment.
I mean,
Scott.
honestly, sometimes, so now I'm back to questioning deity at all because it's like pearls before swine.
Absolutely. Pearls before swine. Yeah.
Like, so Scott Swift just happens to sit next to one of the only millennial female non-Swifties on Earth?
Of course. Yeah. No, God's not real. I'll go on the record. No, I'm just kidding. I also want to say that I found it interesting that he was on a really early, annoying flight. So the girl says that she left her house at like 1 a.m. She says it was a super early flight out of New Orleans. I don't know if that's a flight that leaves at 5 a.m., maybe 4 a.m. at the earliest.
Well, he was also in economy.
Yes.
And you know,
or it looked like economy plus or something, maybe.
Yeah, he was in the bulkhead, but it was
Yeah.
economy.
Yeah.
You know that Taylor sold her second jet. So
Yeah.
I think when there was a bunch of like PR stuff about her emissions, I
Yeah.
think she sold the second jet.
Yeah.
My theory is that's when the lifestyle of her dancers and
Right.
her family
adjusted.
Yeah. And because I guess
still like super early morning flight, that's something you do to save money.
well,
That's what I mean more so is like I feel like I take super early flights because they're typically a lot cheaper
right.
than a normal time of day flight.
Right. My guess is Scott Swift did that because he needed to be there at a certain
Somewhere, yeah.
time and it's just the only time that worked. Whatever.
Yeah. So more on that actually.
Yeah.
Backlash. He said that, he asked the girl sitting next to him, he said, please don't share where I'm going.
Yes.
Because people often get upset about me traveling around. And so please just, don't share where I'm going. Which I thought was also of note. And
he talked about Travis.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm saving maybe the best for last.
Okay.
The best for last is that he said out of all of her exes,
Mm-hmm.
he's the one who's had like the greatest impact is what
Yeah.
he said.
And I thought it was very interesting when he said that he knew Jason's wife's family.
Yeah.
I think her name's Kylie, right?
Yes, Kylie's dad or something.
Kylie Kelsey's parents, he already knew.
Yes.
So like this is very much a families that fit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, note he didn't bring up Donna, of course.
Of course. Of course.
You know,
he didn't bring up Kody Brown either. He's not talking about questionable people, problematic people.
He didn't want to get negative that early.
No.
Okay.
No.
He didn't want to start off his day on that note.
Mm-mm.
But I think that it just goes to show, like, I don't know. I'm back to having the chills. I'm back to feeling the spirit about this relationship. I think these two really could be on game.
I mean, of course, Travis has been the best for her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's been another guy who's been as positive for her, like even half as positive for her as Travis in her past.
Completely agree.
So, yeah, makes me happy that Scott's on board.
Someone
Now,
wrote,
if only Donna could do, anything.
no. I mean,
I'm so surprised that we even got photographic evidence of her at the show.
you know what? It didn't do anything to alleviate my concern.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Her just sitting the entire time seeming bored. We won't get into it.
Yeah.
That's for me and my therapist.
There's
But
more episodes on that.
yeah. So someone did ask us in our Instagram, like a question box. They said, do you think that they're already engaged? Because I think they've been engaged for a while. I'm curious for your gut instinct on that.
I think we have these same thoughts with Joe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think no.
I agree. I think that's such a moment, and I just don't know that Taylor will keep it a secret. I think
No.
she's so effusive with all this stuff. She's so excited. Like, she loves how public this relationship is.
yes.
I think we'll kind of know
I
immediately.
think we'll know. I feel like it'll be a big, joyous moment for everybody, fans, to take part in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll be super on the down low. Maybe their wedding will be a more down low affair,
for
but I think
sure.
the engagement, not necessarily.
Oh, I'm so excited to see their engagement shoot.
I know.
One day. Okay.
I hope he doesn't do it at a football game.
I pray not.
Yeah.
We're going to try something new today, everyone. We put this episode outline together from scratch a few hours ago.
Mhm.
So we're going to get into some business news.
Yeah, let's talk
Why
about
not? We'll see. We'll do a test run of this.
it. Daily Mail and Page 6 came up dry, so we had to head on over to Bloomberg.
We had to head over to Business Insider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
So, Chandler, Brian Nickel was hired to transform Starbucks.
I do think there was another segue that could have made this seem less awkward.
We're just rolling with it.
We're rolling with it. Tell me about everything that happened.
Okay, I actually do think this is interesting.
Well, he's the Chipotle guy.
Yeah, so he's the CEO of Chipotle, and he turned around Chipotle.
I mean, I will say, though, I think Chipotle kind of sucks now, but we can...
Oh, really?
At least the Chipotle's in New York City.
You missed the food poisoning?
I just feel like Chipotle used to feel pristine.
Mm.
And it no longer feels pristine. It feels like a little gross to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like it's always got like a 3-star rating in the city.
Well, some people do complain that the Chipotle portions have gone down, that they used to be able to really count on a big, healthy portion of each ingredient, and it's gotten they've skimped out, they've cheaped out. Well, regardless, though, the Chipotle shareholders are seeing a very different tune from you, Chandler.
Okay.
Because, when Nickel took over Chipotle, it was suffering from recurrent outbreaks of foodborne illnesses. there was really stagnant growth, he was able to have it double its sales or near double, increase its profit by 7-fold, and increase a near 800% increase in stock price. Okay, so the way he did this was he focused on digital orders. He really streamlined the ordering experience. He created Chipotle, which was the mobile pickup lane that boosted store volumes. He helped basically transform the brand.
Yeah.
So Chipotle is now doing better than ever, and Starbucks is struggling. And I think
Starbucks is struggling.
the thing I find interesting about this is like we are all, I mean, most of us are probably, you know, Starbucks consumers, right?
I don't really go to Starbucks, but
really,
I mean, unless I am fully out of options, it's my last resort. Starbucks is
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I agree with that, but I do go enough to care.
Yeah.
And I definitely have noticed a huge shift.
Really, talk to me about that, because I haven't noticed a huge shift.
I used to in my youth go to Starbucks. I would have a great time. Okay, because Starbucks,
You would like hold court at Starbucks.
I would. Starbucks.
Very odd.
Well, Starbucks, you know, was a strategy of theirs. They wanted to be the third location for people.
Third space.
The third space that, you know, you had work, you had home, church, I guess the fourth.
Yeah.
But they also wanted you to have a warm, inviting neighborhood coffee shop to spend time at. And their strategy was you'll pay extra. You'll pay way more than necessary for coffee when you also can do work there and gather.
It's a co-working space.
It's a co-working space. So I find that the in-store experience used to be a lot nicer and the lines used to be much more manageable. And it was just all better.
Now, honestly, when I think of like Starbucks as a place of, you know, sitting down and like dining, I think of like
grime,
gross bathrooms.
Yes.
Last resort bathrooms. I think about needles in the trash can.
No, absolutely.
Like, I do not think of Starbucks as a warm, inviting third space.
So the emphasis on the store experience completely took a nosedive, as well as they used to really focus on the barista and the barista having a great experience.
Yeah.
And you can really tell. The stores are, you know, they're not staffed well anymore.
In terrible shape.
You go in and there's a million mobile orders, that you just like have to look through a sea of cups to find yours, at least at my local Starbucks. And the sales are slow. Like, sales are stagnant. It is not doing well.
Also, I used to love a Starbucks cold brew.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like big time in college, I loved a Starbucks cold brew. And I just think that it got to a point where half the time it tasted like nail polish remover.
Right.
Like, they would not be cleaning the cold brew steeping containers or whatever. And it just would sometimes Starbucks can taste like ass.
Yeah. No. And I think that, so he actually he didn't say it, sometimes it tastes like ass and we need to solve that problem. But he said in a different wording, he said quality has gone down.
Yeah.
Because they expanded the menu so much.
Yeah.
So the Starbucks menu now has all these like basically sodas in the way of refreshers. It has all this sugar on the menu.
Yeah.
It's basically like a sugar store. It's a place
I feel like it's kind of always been a sugar store though.
Yeah, but I think it even like more than ever.
There's more there. Yeah, I feel like there's more specialty beverages that are not coffee related than ever before.
And what this does to an already understaffed location is it just overcomplicates it for the staff.
Yeah.
And it makes the quality of their core product offering, which is coffee, go down.
Yeah.
So he says like the focus is going to be on barista training, on having great employees that feel super supported, on focusing on store quality, and, you know, really simplifying so that they can hopefully, you know, get some efficiencies and profitability achievements through having less options for consumers.
I'm here for that. I mean, the majority of the coffee shops I go to have a very limited menu.
Yeah.
You know, it is like, it's max 10, 15 things. Additionally, have you been to like a Starbucks Reserve before? Like the one in Chelsea Market?
No.
We recently went to one because we were meeting up with someone from Facebook Marketplace, and there's one in Chelsea Market, and it is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous store. It's absolutely like golden age of Starbucks, like really beautiful. They have like more fresh food. The drinks come in a different type of cup. It's like it's one of their specialty stores. Anyway, I would love it if the Starbucks close to me just felt a little bit more like that.
Could have more of
like
that
the Starbucks closest to my house straight up doesn't even have seating. It's not even just like a to-go place. There's window counter seating. That's it. I don't even think there's stools.
Oh, yeah. Well, they need to fix that. And
Yeah.
Brian's on the case.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, I agree. I think that I would love if that in-store experience was way better as well. And basically, like, they're faced with two options. One is growth by adding different categories.
Yeah.
So growing sales by bringing in different food options for people so that, people can eat maybe later meals during the day there.
Yeah.
But that creates all this complexity, all this supply chain logistics.
Totally.
Or what they can do is majorly streamline and they can kind of go more in the way of like In-N-Out, where it's a much smaller menu, but whatever you're getting is higher quality rather than becoming like McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts adjacent.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think that, in the golden era of Starbucks, like it was amazing because it was like, oh, they have food options and they're healthier or they just feel a little bit more fresh. Now I think there's a ton of options like that.
Right.
Like I'm not going to buy a food item from Starbucks unless it's literally the last place I can go.
Honestly, I don't want to insult anyone, but I recently heard someone say they enjoyed like this one Starbucks pastry. And I'm just like, ugh, to me, it's like all the lowest quality Franken food.
Totally. And I think it's like that was put on a truck a month ago.
Yes.
Yes. It does not feel fresh to me at all. I will say, though, my current Starbucks order, should we do that? Should we finish out with our current Starbucks order?
Yeah. I mean, what would you want to say just before we get to there?
Yeah.
I do think that Blank Street is a really good like example of a very efficient, small menu.
Yeah.
It seems like good quality coffee shop.
Yeah.
That, maybe isn't focusing so much on the store experience.
Right.
But
I think that's by design.
It's a much better coffee experience for me than the McDonald's experience that Starbucks is basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, people have a lot of issues with Blank Street because it's like investor. I don't know. Basically, the issue is that during COVID, Blank Street came in and swiped up a lot of small mom and pop coffee shops that could not afford the rent. And so anyway, there's people have qualms with like the origins of Blank Street. Problem is they make an amazing cold brew.
They make a really good
I literally got one the other day and I was like, damn, this is such good cold brew.
It's like that brown sugar one.
It's like I don't even get a brown sugar one. I just literally get the regular cold brew and I just whatever the beans are it's really, really good compared to like nail polish remover Starbucks cold brew.
Oh, we are going to be watching, Brian Nichols' tenure at Starbucks.
We will, and we'll be following.
We're going to be looking up the stock price, everyone, and we'll keep you updated on how this goes.
Will.
I hope you've enjoyed this Popapologist business, Popapologist biz moment.
I hope this has been slightly less brainless.
We'll see. Okay, well, let's sign off, Chen, with our Starbucks orders for people.
Okay.
So this is thrilling information.
I don't know. I think people might be curious about it. You go first.
Okay. So I, in general, like a cold brew with cream. And this used to be my Starbucks order about 5 or 6 years ago.
This, to me, is a treacherous order because it's not a guarantee that it's going to taste good.
No. And so I've stopped getting it.
Yeah.
And now I have another treacherous order, which is the brown sugar shaken espresso, which truly tastes like ASS.
Right.
When they don't do it correctly.
No, it's terrible.
But it tastes too sweet when they do it. I guess
regular
according to the menu, but I guess I'd rather have it too sweet than awful. So I just get a normal brown sugar shaken espresso, and that is what I get every time that we record. Like if we have an 8 a.m. recording, so I need coffee at 6 a.m. because I always am up 2 hours before we record.
Yeah.
I will have that delivered at 6 a.m.
Okay.
I schedule it before I go to bed.
Beautiful. If I'm going to Starbucks, if I'm, last resort coffee, I like this is a drink that Courtney showed us.
Okay.
Just, we got to give credit in this family.
Yeah.
It's a blonde vanilla latte, but you only get 1 pump of vanilla. So you take it way down. They give you way too much normally.
Can you adjust that on the mobile order?
Yeah.
But you can't on DoorDash. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm DoorDashing.
Well, that's your issue.
When I have to wake up early and no coffee shops are awake here.
Yeah.
Or open.
Well, maybe stop being so lazy.
I'm the one getting up early to prepare.
So it's a blonde vanilla latte, 1 pump of vanilla, only 1. And it's 2 shots. So you make sure that it's a grande or whatever. So it's 2 shots. And then I do it with oat milk. Even though I'm a proud regular milk drinker, I like the way the oat milk kind of offsets the sweetness of the vanilla syrup or whatever. If I was doing regular milk with it, it would be too creamy and too sweet for me. So that's the explanation behind my Starbucks drink.
Okay.
Can you tell this episode?
We had other plans for you. And we do want to bring you the We Died episode because the content is really good. And we just didn't want to do it just us because we want to bring Courtney in. So we've
heard all of our stories before.
Well, but also I just feel like it'll be more fun with Courtney.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you guys, we're going to get like Courtney on here and telling her own embarrassing stories. Like
we need that tea.
We need that.
So we're going to do that for Thanksgiving. So it'll be a Thanksgiving Halloween themed episode. You guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for listening.
For listening to Pop Apologists, supporting this show, keeping us on the airwaves with your ears.
Absolutely.
That's what you're doing right now.
Everyone's nice comments on Instagram, across the socials. I had a very cute gal run into me over the weekend.
Oh my God.
And everyone who is sweet and supportive of the podcast, it means the world.
Wait, yes, and I want to do a shout out to the gals I ran into at the Eras Tour in New Orleans. I always want to say New Orleans, embarrassingly, but in New Orleans, I ran into
at the show in Louisiana.
Oh, you have to redo?
No. I was giving you another way to get around your issues.
To the females I ran into last weekend. It is great to meet you. No, truly, everyone who listens, we love you. And also the people we just met.
Yes.
And
everyone. And to quote you earlier, we love everyone. So
we love everyone. And I'm so excited for, in a few weeks from now, hopefully, when the election's over, we can all just hold hands, support whoever's together. President, and be one nation under God.
Do you want to end? Let's close this out with the pledge. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Are you not a patriot?
Not like you, baby.
I love this country.
Okay.
Wait, why is that controversial?
It's not necessarily controversial. It's just you keep restarting your ode to the country, and I think we get the picture.
I do love it though.
Wonderful. And I'm so happy to hear that. And we love you all. And now that we have covered all of the bases, we are signing off.
I love everyone of all creeds, all nations, all corners of the earth.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.